I'm very picky about apps, but ladies and gentlemen, this to-do list app that I've been using since September is basically ideal. I just want to decide what I need to do, on what day I'm gonna do it, and more or less in what order I'm gonna do it in. So I could use pen and paper for that, and I used to. I used to be a paper planner, believe it or not. I would be erasing pencil and scribbling out pen and moving stuff around so much that it got really messy. So what I was basically looking for was like a recreation of the pen and paper experience, but digitally. A little more convenient and efficient and tidy. So today, I'm gonna show you how I use Tweek to organize my life as a college student. So when you open Tweek, you see your whole week at a glance, Monday through Sunday, or Sunday through Saturday if you prefer that. You can also adjust whether it displays the day or the month first, and I think it detected that I'm in Europe, so it put the day first, but I'm stubbornly American, so I change it back to month first as it should be. You can also view your calendar either in light mode or dark mode. I actually think dark mode looks pretty cool. I've never tried it before. It kind of feels like a video game, but I'm gonna go easy on your eyes for this video and keep it to light mode. I made a new account so that you could see what it looks like when it's empty and blank. We're gonna get to this later. This is like the final boss level, but I need to show you the basics first before we get to that. So to create a task on any day, you just click, you type it, click enter, and then you can move your task to any day that you want. And to mark it done, you just click the checkbox. Easy. So these are all your days of the week. And then down here, you have some day lists, which you can use to keep track of anything you want. So maybe you make a grocery list, YouTube video ideas, and things to do next week. Tweek has a mobile app as well, which is very convenient because then when you're at the grocery store, you have your grocery list with you. When you're just out and about walking around and you come up with an idea for a YouTube video, you can write it down right away. And so you have all of your life's lists in one place rather than having stuff lost in the notes app and the reminders app. It's all in Tweek. You can even invite people to collaborate with you on the calendar. So your personal one, you probably want to keep that just for yourself, but then you can make new other calendars. So maybe you make one for work and you invite your, You invite your colleagues or your team members. Maybe you have one for like your household one and you share it with the people that you live with. And then any of you can create and edit tasks and mark them as done, and you all stay on exactly the same page. Another thing in the settings, so if you go to your initials, you have the settings there. These are two features that, in my opinion, I think you should have enabled. There is move uncompleted tasks to today. Anything that doesn't get done automatically gets moved to today, and then I can decide when it's gonna happen. And then the other one is automatically sort completed tasks. This will move anything that you completed to the bottom of the list so that you can focus on what's undone at the top, which I think is more important. All right, let's get a little more in depth. So if you click on the task, you get a bunch of other options. If you click on the date, then you can schedule that task for any date far in the future. For example, if I have a final exam that I already know about, that's gonna be weeks into the future, but I already think, oh, the morning of the exam, I should update my lockdown browser to make sure that it's working when I get to the classroom. I can already put that on my to-do list to make sure that I don't forget. You can add notes to have some extra information. So if I have to call the dentist or make a reservation for something on some website, then I might put the phone number or the URL in there. And any information that you put in there, you can access on the app version on your phone. So you can click on that phone number directly and make that phone call. You have all your notes with you, all your subtasks. If you carry around your phone with you throughout the day like I do, then you are never without all of the information that you need. I also wanted to show you the widgets that you can set up. I'm a big fan of widgets, as you can see. So you can put in a huge, gigantic widget. That's what I have, or just a row, or just a little square, whatever you have room for, and it'll give you a preview of your to-do list so that you always have it at a glance. I feel like this really helps me stay focused throughout the day because one of my biggest problems with my paper planner was that sometimes I would forget it. Like I left it in my locker at school once, and then I cannot for the life of me remember what I needed to do that day. Or sometimes it's just sitting there on your desk, but you don't open it, or it's in another room, so you don't go look at it. And so you do all of that planning in the morning, but then if you're not looking at your planner throughout the day, the plans don't really happen. But when it's on my phone, or it's a tab open on my computer throughout the day, then I can always just take a peek and get a reminder of all the little things that I need to not forget about, which I feel like takes a lot of mental load off my brain because I'm not trying to keep track of that stuff in my head. And you can also change the color, so you can highlight it red or yellow. The way that I use this is to distinguish my events from my tasks. So on Sunday, what I do is I look at my calendar and I take all of my events that I have for the week, plug them into Tweek by writing them out in capital letters and highlighting them. And then I organize my tasks around the event. So if I have a class at 12 p.m., what am I gonna try to get done before the class and what is left for after class? So for most of the time that I was using Tweek, I was using the free version, which works just fine. It had everything that I really needed. But this month I also tried out the premium version, and there are some very nice features that I think are quite worth it. So in addition to notes with premium, you can also add subtasks. So I like to use this if I have, for example, a group project meeting and it's on Friday, but throughout the week, I'm thinking of what we need to cover at the meeting and ideas I want to bring up. So I use the subtasks to make like a little agenda that I add to throughout the week. I also like to use this for making packing lists. So if I go on a little day trip, I can write what I need to bring, like a battery pack or a picnic blanket. I also really love the recurring tasks feature. So you can set your events to repeat every never. You can set them to repeat weekdays, daily, weekly, monthly, annually, or every 2 weeks. I guess they should move 2 weeks between weekly and monthly. That's odd. I mostly use the daily and the weekly ones. So for example, writing the answer to the daily agape question. It's like this relationship wellness app that me and my boyfriend use. That is a repeating task that I do every day. So it appears on my to-do list automatically, and then I just have to decide when exactly I'm gonna do it that day. Organizing my photos is a task that repeats every week, for example. So I really like using this for tasks that are not necessarily routine to me yet. I don't put cold shower as a task on my to-do list because that is completely automatic to me now, and it happens at the exact same time every day. So I only input tasks that still aren't completely habitual to me, or they happen at a different time of day each day. Okay, so with the free version, I showed you that you have 2 highlight colors to choose from. With premium, you have unlimited colors. And I know they're just colors, but it makes it very pretty. So I want to explain to you my system for using repeating tasks and colors in my Tweek setup. Like I said, I have my events in big capital letters, and I like to turn those purple. And then to divide up my day into the different contexts that I'm in, I also have these repeating daily tasks marked in yellow. They act like dividers for the day. So then I arrange this on my to-do list and I say, okay, I'm gonna take the metro, then I'm gonna go to this class, I'll be on the metro again, and then I'll be back at home. I usually have some tasks that I specifically need to do while I'm at school, or like little things that I want to get done on my phone while I'm on the metro. So I might say, while I'm on the metro to school, I'm gonna do the agape. Then while I'm at school, I need to stop by the media lab and ask them a question, and I need to respond to a few emails. And then on the metro ride home, I'll post on Instagram, I'll stop by the grocery store, and then as soon as I'm home, I need to remember to unpack my gym bag. Basically, at any given moment, I'm only seeing the information that I need to see at that time. I know exactly what is relevant to me at any given time of the day. I just have this list, my whole day planned out, and all I need to do is follow it top to bottom. But wait, there's more. You can also connect your Google Calendar account to Tweek so that it automatically imports your events along with the time that they're happening at. You can also export your data so that you can do whatever you want with it. You can back it up, for example. And with premium, you can also add more of those someday lists at the bottom. So you can have more than 3 columns to work with if you want. Thank you so much to Tweek for sponsoring this video. I'm very excited to be able to share a cool app with you that I actually use every single day. Even though fancy, new, complicated apps still seem very shiny and cool and exciting to me, at the end of the day, this is the app that I have open all day long. You can go to tweek.so to set up your own pretty to-do list calendar. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!